seems to me we such a nitty-gritty thing it should be. Why can't you and me learn to love one another? Said, oh, heaven now, all the world over so easy to see. People everywhere just wanna be free. I can't understand, it's so simple to me. People everywhere just wanna be free. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If there's a man who is down and needs a helping hand, all it takes is you to understand and to see him through. It seems to me we got to solve it individually. And I'll do unto you as you do to me. They'll be shouting from the mountains on out to the sea. No two ways about it, people have to be free. Ask me my opinion will be. It's a natural situation for men to be free. Oh yeah. Get right on board now. Yeah. We'll be free. We'll be free. We'll be free. Oh, when the feelings just come over me, love can move a mountain, make a blind man see. Everybody sing it now, come on, let's go see. Peace in the valley, now we got to be free. Oh yeah. Get on board, hey, hey. We'll be free. We'll be free. We'll be free. We'll be free. Yeah, we'll be free. Oh, we'll be free. Yeah. Woo, yeah. We'll be free. Yes, we'll be free. We'll be free. We'll be free. Yeah. We'll be free. Woo, we'll be free. We'll be free. Woo! All right, we're going to treat you. We have a special little treat. We're going to bring out this young man to do this song for us called What's Going On, the famous anthem by Marvin Gaye. But we're going to do a little differently today. We're going to feature the amazing Chase Huna on sax, everybody. Come on out, baby. Chase Huna. What a marvelous talent this young man is. He's going to be joining us for the feature, too, so yay. Time to turn off those pesky cell phones. Turn your cell phone on, just put it on vibrate. The bathroom's in the back, we guarantee there'll be a break. There'll be time to eat, there'll be time to mingle. All your needs will be met, so please turn your cell phone on. Turn it on, turn your cell phone on. Turn it on, turn your cell phone on. Turn it on, turn your cell phone off. All right, everybody on your feet, here we go. 1, 2, 3. When the road gets rough, shine your light, and the going gets tough, shine your light. Just have faith, it'll be all right if you shine your light. When you feel, when the road seems dark, shine your light, love ignites a spark. Shine your light, everything's gonna be all right, so just shine your light. Everybody now, shine your light. Come on and just shine your light.
Today I'm and I'm Joe. He's going to do the announcements, but I just wanted to do the first announcement. William, Mary Phillips came to us, and she was really touched by this Brian Clement. It changed her life, and it's all about health and the way we eat and so forth. And he's going to be speaking here at our center on Saturday, speaking at Sun City on Friday, but they're going to have an event here on Saturday. So, William, would you show the video, please?
I've been passionate about health all my life, and I was fortunate to discover athletics at an early age. And although exercise is imperative, it's not the complete solution to attaining optimum health. Disease is ultimately caused by two things: deficiencies and toxicity, especially from eating processed foods. But taking one simple step each day can be transforming. By drinking just 2 ounces of wheatgrass, that's equal to eating 5 pounds of vegetables per day. Why is this important? Because everything we eat and drink determines the quality of our blood and also affects every cell in our body. This is also true if you put something toxic on your skin, like unhealthy sunscreens and lotions. Did you know that you can nourish your skin the same way that you nourish the cells in your body, just by using fresh, raw, and organic products? When we combine healthy practices like yoga and meditation with a live food diet, we begin to restore our bodies, keeping them beautiful and healthy from the inside out. I'm not only passionate about my health, I'm passionate about yours as well, and I want to invite you to 2 incredible live lectures by Dr. Brian Clement on February 17th and 18th. To get more information, just click the button and get your tickets today, because seating is very limited, and Dr. Clement, normally lecturing on the East Coast, is making a rare West Coast 2-day stop. So click the button now, and I hope to see you there.
So if you can make it, yeah, please show. Mary is so passionate about this, that she paid for Brian Clements to come here herself and paid its airfare. That's how much it has transformed her life. So please, we'll be selling tickets. Michael will be out there on the patio selling tickets in advance. So if you really are interested in coming, please buy your ticket, and we'll see you here on the 18th. And you can show up at the door also, but it'd be nice so there's not a big line. Thank you.
I have a feeling root beer and Cheetos are not on that diet.
No, we will not be, yes.
I've recently rediscovered root
Donuts,
beer
yeah.
and Cheetos.
Donuts and coffee will be served during intermission. No.
Perfect candidate. Hope you'll join us. So we have coming up the Spirit Tours Journey to land of the long white cloud, whatever that means. In Australia, the land down under. So November 6th through 17th is the trip. You can sign up on the patios. I think it's over kind of on the side, out and back, and they always have an amazing time wherever they go. What else do we have here? From Wounds to Wings. It's presented by the Rainbow Alliance, but this is a special healing event. Reverend Mark Alcamando, some of you may know him, is a good friend with his singing bowls, is doing also a presentation with his story. So there is a food, they feed you, that's always good, and it runs from 1 o'clock to 2:30, and that's on February 12th, which is next weekend. You can celebrate Valentine's Day with your love and take him for lunch. That's probably not a good idea, is it? Never mind, trying to be economical with all of it. So you want to mark your calendar. I'm very practical, get it down. You want to mark your calendar for our annual congregational meeting, and that will be Sunday, March 5th. It's held after service. It's, I believe, at the Chow Room again. And this is an opportunity as members to come and find out what's going on. We've had great success, by the way, with our membership class. We have over 110 new members out of 3 classes.
Yeah.
I will be out front immediately following for the people that were in the first class and third class, because I need your photos. And if you were in your third class, I have name tags for you. And somebody asked, how do I get a name tag? Come take the membership class. What else do we have? Is that it? There's one more small announcement. On your chair is a pledge or a giving plan form. These come out every year. You may have already submitted it, may already be, in the office. It's really important to refill this out. Even though it'll be deducted, no one's going to do anything. This is an opportunity for us to reboot, reset, and make sure everybody's covered, so to speak, because we don't want to miss out on somebody. I had somebody at the earlier service who said, I'm a member and I've been tithing, and I didn't have her on one of the sheets. It doesn't mean you're not a member, but we want to make sure and double check. This is a great way to do it. So I'll be out in front right afterwards. Okay, and I should say without further ado, so who was here Tuesday evening for the concert piece? Wasn't it amazing? So, if you were not here, you get a chance this morning to get a little sampling of what Sherry Lynn and her Peace Please project's all about.
Awesome. Thank you, Paul. Yes, thank you to all of you that were here, and I'm sure that you'll agree with me that it was quite an evening. It was so much fun. It was food for the soul, and the group just did a fabulous job. Also, pardon me, letting you know that we do have the CDs today, too, from the show are available out on the table. So come see me afterward. We have lots of goodies. And we're also going to bring out Chase once again to help us on this song. This is a song that I wrote called We've Got to Try to Make This World a Better Place. Come on out, baby. Oh, costume change. Snap. May not have the answers of the how, the when, nor why. We may not know which way to go when the tempers start to fly. But we cannot make excuses when the world is trapped in fear. We can't explain away the pain, no, and just hope it disappears. Whoa, no. We may not move a mountain, and we may not reach the sky. We cannot calm the waters deep if we can't see eye to eye. But we cannot hide behind the truth that's become so out of hand. 'Cause it may not get a second chance, but we've got to take a stand. We've got to try to make this world a better place. Try, heal us while we fall from grace. Try, elevate the human race. Try, whoa. Chase Huna. But we cannot make excuses when the world is trapped in fear.
Have no fear.
We can't explain away the pain, no, and I hope it disappears. We got to try to make this world a better place. Try, elevate the human race. Try, you gotta catch us before we fall from grace. Try, whoa, we got to try. We gotta make this world a better place. Try, elevate the human race. Try, catch us before we fall from grace. Try, whoa, we got to try. I know that we can make it better. Try, I know that we can work it out. Let's try. We gotta elevate the human race. Try, whoa, try. Thank you. Thank you, Chase. Thank you to this great band, too.
Thank you. Oh, that is just a sample of what we had Tuesday night, which was, so you guys, just it was amazing. Jerry Lynn, we're hoping she does it, not hoping, we're visioning, we're knowing she's going to do another one, and do not miss it. It was fabulous. And I, the first service I told Chase, I said, Chase, you're pretty good. But I said, you should probably take some more lessons. What an old soul. What a beautiful soul. So let's just go within. Let's just get comfortable in our chairs and let's just breathe in and just feel that divine presence as we dive in.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, and
everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment here, to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Please sing with me. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
I have one consciousness. And yet, in my physical body, I have two eyes. I have a left eye and I have a right eye. I have two lobes of brain. I have a left side and a right side. I have two hands. I have a left hand and a right hand. I have two points of view from one consciousness. I have a left point of view and a right point of view, seeing the same thing, and yet seeing it slightly differently. And putting those two things together in my singular consciousness. There is one spirit experiencing life from multiple points of view, which I know is a possibility because I experience it within my own body. One spirit seeing things, experiencing life from multiple points of consciousness. One spirit. My right side is very connected to my left side. Even though I can't see exactly where the connection is, I don't know exactly where the connection is, I know that the connection is there. And I know that because there is one spirit, somehow I am connected to you. And so together, we make up a singular world. We work together. There is one thing. There is one God, one presence, one spirit. Ultimately, one capital C consciousness. And I know this. I come to this center to constantly expand my own understanding, my own consciousness, my own vision, my own spiritual awareness, so that I have a positive, healthy, happy present to bring to the singular consciousness, to the singular point of view that I bring. I bring happiness. I bring joy. I bring health. And in doing this, I have faith that I know I am making a positive impact on the world around me and on the lives in my world. I know this with certainty. I accept it with faith, and I stand joyfully in this truth. And I'm so grateful to be a positive impact on the world around me. And in that gratitude, I simply release these words and I let
I find myself in the silence. There is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments. I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence, I find God, I find myself. You find God, you find yourself. And we find God, we find ourselves.
Deep breath in, and then come back to the room.
I sing my love over the mountain. I sing my love over the sea. send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heaven, and it returns to me.
Sing it out. Here we go.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heaven, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. And it returns to me.
A bell rings in the distance, a warning we must heed, a call sent to remind us that love is all we need, an echo in the silence that rings across the land, calling us to rise above, break free while we still can. Can we find peace, peace? Hate is not the way, we must find peace, peace. Open up your heart and let in peace, peace. Love will find a way. The way is peace, peace. Peace, peace. Love is stronger than the arrow that wounds a broken heart, that brings us back together when we are torn apart. Please lay down your weapons, put an end to all the hate, and turn this world around before it's much too late. And pray for peace, peace. Hate is not the way, we must find peace, peace. Open up your heart and let in peace, peace. Love will find a way. The way is peace, peace. Hate is not the way, we must find peace, peace. Open up your heart and let in peace, peace. Love will find a way. The way to peace across the land. Lift your voice take a stand for peace, for the time is now. We'll make it through, find a way somehow, and stand for peace, peace. Hate is not the way, we must find peace, peace. Open up your heart and let in peace, peace. Love will find the way. The way is peace, peace. Hate is not the way, we must find peace, peace. Open up your heart and let in peace, peace. Love will find the way. The way is peace, peace. Peace, peace. Peace, peace. Peace, Jerry Lynn. Thank you very much. Thank you. Namaste.
I thought if Chase could change costumes, so could I outfits. All right? Spiritual gangster. So I'll explain this in a little bit. So anyway, so this year's theme is values-based spiritual living, which I just want you to know all these themes and talk titles were done about 6 months ago. So it just goes to show you Spirit was already preparing us for what's going on. So this month's theme is we value, embrace, and celebrate the individual uniqueness and contribution of all people as they express through differences of gender, ethnicity, culture, history, experience, talents, and sexual orientation. We include representatives from all organizational constituencies in leadership, sacred service, and decision making. I really had trouble saying that last service. My mouth was like, but I got it down for this one. So isn't that amazing that this was picked? Because aren't we talking a lot about this in the news and so forth? So I thought this was really, really timely. And today our theme is to be human, is to embody paradox. And before we really get into the talk, I wanted to show you this video. This is done by Reverend Brian Akers. Now, I knew Brian when I was at Newport Coast Mesa Church for about 3 months. I was the assistant minister there. And he was in ministerial school. And he created this, actually, I believe, then. And so for those of you that are new to our teaching, or maybe you've been here for a while, or maybe this is your first time, this will explain a lot about who we are and what we believe here. William, thank you. And at the beginning, they'll just be dark. You'll think that it's messing up, but that's just the way it starts. Oh, I guess William went right
I'm often asked what I believe. I want to take the time to express my beliefs so that I can be heard and understood, but it's not always that easy. Because what I believe does not revolve around a story. It can't be defined by a specific historical event. It has never been completely explained by any one person. There is no ultimate authority on the subject, but me. I believe in spiritual living. Above all else, it is a philosophy that urges me to focus on how to think, not what to think. It invites me to practice this philosophy and apply it to my life right now. It is not placed in the history of the world, though it draws from many great teachers of the past. It does not predict my future, though it assures me success by living with principles. My view of God is not that of a person or personality, but my philosophy allows me to accept that this may be true for others. My relationship with God is a personal one, though I know everyone also has this same relationship. I believe that God is all that there is. Every person, place, and thing is not only an expression of God, but God itself. It is also everything that cannot be seen, felt, heard, or otherwise identified in physical form. It is the intelligence that tells the seed to grow, the flower to blossom, the electron to circle the nucleus, and the world to turn as it revolves around the sun. I believe God is the absolute presence that not only creates, but is itself all things. Because I know this, I am able to recognize that presence in and as me. Everything that I am on every level is God. All the love that there could be is in me now. All the peace that could ever be is within me now. All the beauty of the world lives in me as the presence of God right now. I know this of you too. I know that you are just as divine, just as lovely, and just as beautiful, because God is within you as well. Together, we are all connected by this one presence that I choose to call God. This means you are my brother, my sister. This means we are truly one. I also believe in a spiritual law. This means that, much like the law of gravity, there is something I cannot see that affects my life. These spiritual laws are constantly operating regardless of how conscious of them I may or may not be. It also means that I can work with these laws to reach a desired outcome. While many people may tell me what these laws are and how they work, I know that the only way to know them as my own is to practice working with them. Much like an experiment, my faith allows me to apply my philosophy to my life every day and to pay attention to how it works. As I live in love, I see love revealed in and given to me, flowing through the world around me. As I practice peace, I observe the blessing that calm and order can provide to any situation in my life. As I practice approaching the world as a beautiful blessing, it is clear to me that those I encounter feel blessed themselves. This is how I think, not what I think. I believe that being conscious of these facts gives me the blessed opportunity to live my life from principles that exemplify God's greatness in and as my life. My philosophy reminds me to see the world from this place and to act as a citizen of a spiritual community at all times. I know that as I do so, that God is constantly supplying all that is needed to bring me success. This could never really explain everything, I believe, because it is my life and who I am. You may still have many questions about what I believe, and I want nothing more than to share this part of myself with you. It is a blessing to have the chance to share my beliefs with you so I can be understood, and it is my gift to be open to understanding you. I would never tell you what you should believe, but I will always invite you to learn more with me. I will never tell you that you are wrong, but I will always honor your path as your own. I can never give you all the answers, but I will constantly remind you that the answers are already within you. I believe in God, I believe in myself, and I believe in you too, because I believe in spiritual living.
Isn't that beautiful? I love that. I saw that and I said, oh, Brian, that was just wonderful. even in medicine, he says he sees such a great outcome. He doesn't even really like to do surgery on people until they're in the right frame of mind where they really believe. And so he told me, and I shared this with you, about how somebody who's ill and they take their white cells and they put it in a petri dish somewhere in the laboratory, and somewhere else is the patient undergoing treatment. And they undergo, this patient, they're giving him maybe an experimental drug or whatever, and they then take the person's white blood cells to see how it's reacting to or responding to the medication. And what they notice, they go back to the laboratory, that the cells in the petri dish are exactly like the ones that have changed from the medication. That is how connected we are, not only to our bodies and ourselves, but to each other. And if you think of this planet, aren't we all like the cells in our body? We're on Mother Earth here, but we are all cells operating on this body that we call Earth. And so that's the paradox, is that we think of ourselves as human and as limited, but we are really divine spiritual beings. And so my sister gave me this jacket for Christmas. Isn't it adorable? It's a spiritual gangster. And it says Namaste on the back. And because she thinks, because I'm always like, she thinks I'm so Pollyanna and I'm just so happy no matter what's going on. And I do think of myself as a spiritual gangster in the sense, I think of a gangster as fearless. They're not just thugs, but they're fearless. And no matter what's going on, they know where they're going and what they want. And so I want all of us to be spiritual gangsters. And that doesn't mean we get into each other's face and say, no, you're wrong. That means that we can listen to each other, but yet we can hold that space of our truth. We create our reality. So let's go on. And so that's what it's all about. It's about keeping us strong, and no matter what. Sometimes what happens when people start coming to our center is because we talk about the power of the mind or whatever, they hit some roadblocks in their life. They go through some rough times, and instead of staying here and coming to this teaching, they think, it's a bunch of hogwash. It's not true, they're just, it's just words. But no, we are powerful, and that's why it's important to be here on Sundays. It's important to support this center. It's important to get in classes, because we need to be constantly reminded of the truth of who we are and how powerful and how we are all connected. And so a paradox means something which seems absurd or self-contradictory, contrary to what we would be led to believe conventionally or with common sense. So, we're taught from a young age, you got to do, and, if you want, you have to do things. But we don't remember, we don't know, and we're not usually taught how our thinking, how we show up in the world every day really has an impact on the whole. We think, I can't do it all. Well, you don't have to do it all. You just need to do it for you. You need to be that peace. You need to be that love. You need to be that compassion in everything you do. And you don't need to change the world, because when you change one, you change it all, because it's like those cells in the petri dish. It has an effect because we are all connected. So this is the same thing, the science of mind paradox. You can affect something at a physical distance by using your thought alone with no apparent or logical connection between you and that which is being affected. It's like when you're thinking about somebody and all of a sudden they call. You think, that's a little synchronistic thing happening. But we don't pay attention enough to the little serendipity, synchronistic things that happen in our life. We think that they're just an accident. But what if truly you are calling it forth? Or maybe that person was thinking about you and you get that thought. Annie shared this week in Soul Sisters that she just got back from, she had gone on this trip, and the Uber driver picking her up lost his keys in the car, and they were in the car, but they searched everywhere. And Annie goes, "Come forth and show yourself." And and they had looked and looked, and then all of a sudden the thought came to her, look under the seat. And sure enough, that's where they were. And so, yes, so it's like, and she said it with such conviction, come forth and show yourself, you know. And so we were all saying that about a man. Come forth and show yourself. It didn't work yet, but it's coming. So anyway, but it's knowing that power that you have. Don't think of yourself as this little human being that can't do anything. We are both human and spirit, a mashup of divine perfection and human flaws. The personal challenge for each of us is to live with this paradox, to overcome our human errors while seeking the fuller expression of divine perfection. So I want to share with you this little story. This preacher was speaking in church one Sunday, and he said, there's no such thing as a perfect woman. Anybody present who has ever known a perfect woman, stand up. Annie tried to stand up last service. We said, sit down. But in that church, nobody stood up. And then he said, those who have ever known a perfect man, stand up. And an elderly gentleman way in the back stood up. And the minister goes, are you honestly saying you knew an absolutely perfect man? And the gentleman said, well, now, I didn't know him personally, but I've heard a great deal of whatever, because life is unfolding constantly. And our vision and who we are is the direction of that. So you are not in this life to succumb to human tragedy. You are here to triumph over it. So what I say to you is be a spiritual gangster. Be that love. Don't let anybody change who you are. You go within, follow that divinity, follow that love, see that spirit, that God in everybody. That's how we change the world. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Laura.
Thank you.
Amazing. So I'd like to invite the ushers to come forward. This is our time of giving, our time of giving back to that which feeds us spiritually. And also for our live streamers, you can text. The number is on the screen. You can credit card, you can PayPal, or you can stop by out in front. It all works. So let's do our prayer together as we begin our offering. I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. I know my offering and my commitments to the center allows us to do great work in the world. And so it is.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace.
So we'd like to take this opportunity as our gifts come forward to give thanks, knowing that as these gifts are given, pressed down, overflowing, that they continue to grow our community from the love and the joy and the peace that exists here, taking that out into the world. So please join in our blessing the gift. We bless this gift. We send it forth to heal and prosper. We know our offering and our commitment to the center allows us to do great work in the world, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. So now is that time in service when we love to welcome any new members or any visitors here in the Valley. So do we have anybody here for the first time today? Way in the back? Go ahead and stand up. We'd like to acknowledge you and welcome you. We have a gift for you out at the concierge desk if you'd like to take that empty CD cover and take that out there. Other things happening today are 1 Minute Miracle. How many of you have ever used the 1 Minute Miracle? I've seen some of you, and I've seen your lives change in that one moment. Our 1 Minute Miracle is immediately following over in the Om Room, and that's with, there's a couple of practitioners up there that will be showing, but they're there for you. It really takes just 1 minute to set your intention and have it prayed through and for, knowing the truth about that by the practitioner you're working with. Other things happening after service, we have our membership. If you're a member here, we have a journal for you. If you're part of the first or third membership class, the other class, I want to take your picture and post it somewhere. So if you would come out, and then I have badges for that third class as well. Everything going on here at the center, you can read in the program. There's The Artist's Way, there's Soul Sisters, there's something going on here at the center every single evening. So it is a happening place, is it not? Yes. Exactly. So in order to go today, let's begin or end it with the prayer this morning. So as we allow ourselves to come back to that place of center, that place of knowingness, that place of absolute love, absolute truth, and absolute gratitude. The gratitude we feel for hearing and knowing the words that have come through Reverend Laura, who have come through our amazing musicians, the feeling that is expressed as we leave here today, knowing that we are uplifted, that our lives are better for being here, because we have come here by divine appointment. My humanness and my divinity are tied together because they are one. There's no need to fret about it. They are absolutely one, and that's what I have learned here today. So in gratitude for each and every person that's here, each and every live streamer that has watched from home or wherever you are in the world, for the time and experience of being here in community, I give thanks for this and so much more. I release my word into the law, knowing that it is already done. And if you're in agreement with me, please join by saying, and so it is. Amen. The Mass is ended. Let us go in peace.
Shine your light. 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 Everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light. Shine your light. Everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light. Shine your light. Shine your light. Everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light. shine.